What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Blythe and I'm gardening in Zone 8A in Eastern Georgia. This video I debated on making because the garden looks horrendous right now. This is gonna be just the very real and raw September garden here in Zone 8A. Yes, baby. Hey. What's up? So basically I have two gardening spaces here, and one of them is behind me here. It's my in-ground garden, which is about 34 by 28. And I also have a tunnel that needs a new cover. So that's one thing that we're doing next year. And then behind me here, I have my kitchen garden, which is where I'm gonna start. It has a lot of fun experiments and fun things going on. And then we also have some brand new seedlings in the ground. So this is kind of like a transition time from summer to fall, which is exciting in its own way. But it definitely makes the summer garden look really sad. So we're just gonna get started, and I'm just gonna go through this pretty quickly just to record this for myself for the future, so that I know what this time looks like for the garden. And then also, if anybody needs some encouragement of how their garden is also looking. Burnout got me bad this year. It was just a little overwhelming. I did a ton of stuff this year, so definitely gonna have to tone it down next year, but I say that every year, so it's probably not gonna happen. Really quickly, it is mid-morning, so that's another reason I'm gonna go pretty fast, because the sun is starting to get really high and our first false fall is over. It has actually been really hot the last couple days, so we're gonna try to get this done pretty quickly. So this is the overview of the kitchen garden. You can't even see it because of these sun chokes here. They are breaking and falling over and being ridiculous. They're as tall as my roof on my house. I did end up having a few little volunteer zinnias over here, which turned out so cute. And I'm not really sure how I got this on the same plant, this color on the same plant as this one. So that's really interesting. They literally go into the middle right here and connect. So yeah, that's kind of fun. So yeah, this is the overview. Everything is insane right now. Of course, there's a cat using my thing as a cat litter box. Get out of there. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the empty beds have turned into cat litter boxes. Not my favorite time of the year. So just really quickly, I've got an olive tree here, which is never produced. I've got bee balm here, which I want to save the seed from. So everything is pretty much ready to save the seed. I just need to harvest it. I've got some herbs here, not doing too hot. All of my experiment dahlias, which I had in my last vlog, you guys can check those out. Some zinnias, more. I've got cucamelon on the trellis there. These are the sunchokes. And then in this bed I have a few scraggler carrots and echinacea, which this is going to be my garlic bed this year, so I'm saving this bed for that. We'll be planting that in the next couple months. Stay away from my seedlings, silly chickens. So in this middle bed here, I've got a few seedlings. I don't know if you guys can see. I've got some rutabaga seedlings coming up, and then I also have some parsnips, which I'm surprised one germinated. It's been really hot, so I'm still waiting on those to come up. And then over here in these grow bags, I've got beets and arugula and some fencing over it so that the squirrels and the cats don't dig in it. Rosemary that we planted on the last vlog, doing well. Thyme. Eggs. Look at these. They're so pretty. The dahlias are doing so well. My cucamelon on my light. So over here I have citrus that is not doing well and my strawberries that are not doing well. So don't look at that. Beautiful dahlia here. So pretty. I've got a few more dahlias back here in this bed. I'm running into spider webs everywhere, but look at these. They're so pretty. And then, I don't know if you guys remember, if you're not new here, you might remember that I had Kiku chrysanthemum melon. I had a painted lady tomato over here. I had peanuts, moonflower, basil, all the things, which are all just like a jumbled mess at the moment. But you can see I just had a moonflower bloom last night, and I'll insert some footage for you guys to see. I just saw a little tomato here. And then this is peanuts under here, which I'm not even sure when those are going to be ready. I need to do some research on that. And then some Thai basil, which is going to seed, but that's okay. Next to all that mess, I've got my lovely variegated lemon tree here, which this year is a recovery year. It hasn't put off any flowers or anything. It's kind of struggling just a little bit, but as long as it's alive, I'm happy. Here's one of the moonflower blooms that'll bloom tonight. So cute. So here is the crazy looking in-ground garden. I'm honestly not mad at it. It's kind of doing its own thing, and I don't feel like serious obligation to get out here and do a bunch. So that's really nice. I'm just mainly trying to focus on the fall crops right now. So I do have a few things that are still alive. I have this cherry tomato, which you guys can see. It's sun gold or honey drop, I can't remember. I took out all my sunflowers. The zinnias are doing horrible. This is a whole row of zinnias. And then this right here that's actually doing really well is my Chinese python snake bean. It has more flowers than I have seen this whole time. And this is my first time growing it, and it's actually quite pleasant. It's very cucumbery. Here's the actual fruits on there. Doing really well, so I'm really happy with that. Got some volunteer butterfly pea right here that I think I've mentioned. I'm gonna let it go to seed and then collect the seeds from it. It doesn't really have anywhere to climb onto right now unless it can get to this trellis. And then I have this beautiful, I believe it's precious metals. Thank you. I just don't know why it's not focusing. There we go. Volunteer, so I'm leaving that. And then down this next row here, I have a bunch of squash. It's all dead on the trellises, so I just need to take that off. I was just letting the squash bugs have the last few little snacks. I've got peppers down these rows. This was our kiwi that I don't know if it's male or female and still don't know, so I don't know what to do about that. We've got sweet peppers, tons of weeds. I had eggplants back there, but they did terrible this year. And then I have hot peppers on this row, which the poblanos always do so much better in the fall. So I'm really excited to be getting some of those here soon. I always plant way too many peppers. And then I don't know what to do with them. I've already made hot sauce and all the things. I've already cut some up, put them in the jalapeno poppers, put them in the freezer, all the things. So yeah, I have way too many and I don't know what to do with them, but they look really healthy. So that's good. So just really quickly, I'm not gonna go over there in that mess because it's actually insane. I've got watermelons, I've got some celosia, I've got flowers, marigolds, Thai basil, dahlias here. Not doing, actually, you know what? I'll step over one because I did notice that I have this beautiful Florel dahlia here. Look at that beauty. So the dahlias are still wanting to do things, but they're really falling over and getting crazy. But anyway, yeah, I had some stuff back there. I've got a volunteer pepper. I don't even know what it is, so I can't wait to see some flowers on that and see what we have back there. I'm assuming that it's probably a lemon drop pepper because that's the one I had closest and that's the one I had the most volunteers of. So really quickly, again, these were like eucalyptus, did not do well. All my squash is pretty much done, and the dreadlocks amaranth is looking absolutely gorgeous and has tons of little tiny caterpillars on it. The figs are doing really well. I've already picked quite a few. which is really exciting. And the fig tree is not loving these fall temps for some reason. So many spiders, you guys. Oh my gosh. So many spiders. My blueberry bush here is on its 3rd year and it's really taken off, so I'm really excited. I hope we get a good harvest next year. This is a wild weedy mess, but it's beautiful to me. The butterfly bush, Buddleia, I think is the scientific name, is doing so well. And these roses just keep putting out more and more roses. So like I said, this was gonna be a really fast garden tour for you guys. The only thing I have left to show you is the tunnel. So I'm just gonna show you that real quick. So here we are in the tunnel. Quite a few things going on here just to show you really quickly. I left some marigolds, and then my peach reaper peppers were in here, and they were kind of shaded out by the tomatoes. And they're finally starting to do things. I still don't see any flowers yet. I'm hoping that we have enough time left in our season to actually get a ripe peach reaper. I don't think we will, but hopefully we will. So if you guys remember, I started a lot of seedlings and I overseeded, so I have to come thin some out. But we pretty much have seedlings in every single little hole. This was our first one that we had, the only one that came up from the first seeding. And it's already got a lot of damage, so I got to bring some spray out here and get that taken care of. But I'm really hopeful that we'll have some delicious broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts this year. But that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this September garden tour, even though it's a little crazy and messy and wild right now. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.